So standard form is what we learned last time. So our formula, do you guys remember our formula? Good. Negative b, so x is negative b. Good. 2 times a. Good. So here we have the number in front of x is a, so a is 1. B is negative 10. And c is 24 here. So we need, this is 10, that's kind of hard to see up there. We need negative b over 2 times a. That's the x coordinate of our vertex. So our vertex is negative b over 2 times a, comma, y. So we need x. X is negative b. B is negative 10 over 2 times a. A is 1. So then we just need to simplify this. So x is negative, negative is 10. 2 times 1 is 2. Then 10 divided by 2 is 5. So the x coordinate of our vertex is 5. So our vertex is 5, comma, we don't know yet. So now, how do we find the y coordinate of our vertex? Yep. Rock? Here? You got it? Okay. So I just plugged in A. Okay, thanks for asking though. Okay, any other questions before we... All right, so we need to find this y. We have x, we need to find y. How do we find y if we have x? Plug it in. Perfect. So we've got this equation that says y is x squared, but instead of writing x, I'm going to say, well, x is 5 right now. 5 squared minus 10 times x, but x is 5 right now, plus 24. So then I simplify and we can find y. So y is 5. This is 5 squared, 5 times 5. What's 5 times 5? Perfect. 25 minus, what's 10 times 5? 50 plus 24. So I know that 50 minus, or negative 50 plus 25, that's going to be negative 25. So negative 25 plus 24, that's going to give me negative 1. And if you want to use your calculator, that's fine with me. Okay, we agree? Is that okay? So when 5 is x, y is negative 1. So that's my vertex. We just found the vertex. So when x is 5, y is negative 1. I'm going to put that up here. And then I can plot my vertex. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 1. And then our axis of symmetry goes through our vertex. So now I need to pick a point that's not on the axis of symmetry. So something that is, we could try 0. 0 is probably going to be too big right now. 0 is too far away from the axis of symmetry. So I'm just going to go 1 away from my axis. So what about, let's plug in 6. So when x is 6, so this is my second thing, I'm going to pick a point. Pick an x. Pick an x. So when x is 6, what is y? That's what I'm looking for. So I'm going to move, I probably did this upside down. I'm going to put this up here. So y is, so I'm anywhere I see x now, I'm going to put 6. X squared, so 6 squared minus 10 times x. X is 6 right now, plus 24. So y is, what, 6 times 6? Good, 36 minus 6 times 10. So that's 60 plus 24. I might need my calculator for this. Oh, wait, let's see. What's 36 plus 24? I'm pretty sure that's 60. So we've got a positive 60 here. We have negative 60. So that's just going to be 0. Do you agree with that? Are we okay? So 36 minus 60 plus 40, that gives us 0. So when x is 6, y is 0. So that's that's another point on our parabola. X is 6, y is 0. So 6, 0. And then I can just use this axis of symmetry and rotate this point. So this point is 1 away. So I just keep going through 1 away from the axis of symmetry. Here's another point on my parabola. So that's like if I folded the parabola around the axis of symmetry, the points would line up. So then I draw my parabola in. Okay, questions on that one? So that's standard form. So you have 3 more that you can practice. Okay, let's try the next type. So this is vertex form. So which one do you want to do? We've got 5, 6, 7, 8. Which one looks the hardest? Which one do you guys want to do? Does 5 look the hardest? Should we do 5? Is that okay with you guys? Okay, let's do 5. So this is like where we can shift our graph. So we start with, when we have our graph at x squared, we have something that starts at 0, 0, and then goes up. Okay. So let's look here first. Is this going to open up or down? This is going to open down. Good, because it's negative. Okay, so we already know it's going to be reflected. So let's try to find the vertex. So how will this shift? What is this going to do right here, this +2 on the inside? It's going to shift which direction? This is going to go left. Good. This is going to go left 2. So our vertex is going to go left 2. And then what does this do? Good, down 5. So left 2, down 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So our vertex is going to be down here. So left 2, down 5. And then is it going to open up or down? Down. And that's all I need. I need your vertex and I need that it opens down for these type of problems. Okay, you guys think you can do those ones? Those ones are pretty straightforward. Vertex form is nice. Okay, let's go to the last type. The last type is called intercept form. This is also, we talked about it, this is called factored form. Okay, so when we talked about this, we called it factored form. All right, so do you remember how to graph these ones? What's our first step on these ones? Do you remember? Oh, we don't have to do number 9. Look through, are there any which one do you want to do? 9, 10, 11, 12. Just do 9? Okay. All right, so our first step here, we need to find the x-intercept. Do you remember that? So how do we do that? How do we find the x-intercept? Do you remember? Does this look familiar? That's okay. So this is the one where we say we have x minus 5 and we have x minus 3. We're going to set both of these terms to 0. Does that sound familiar now? So we're going to say x minus 5 is 0, then solve for x. And we're going to say x minus 3. Yeah, you remember? Good. Minus 3 is 0. So we add 5 to both sides, and we get x is 5. And we add 3 to both sides. X is 3. So then we can put a point at x equals 5, y equals 0. And we can put a point at x equals 3, y equals 0.
Now we have to find the middle.
Good. And where is the middle here?
4.
Good. Perfect. Good. So the second step, like William said, is find the middle. And the middle here is x equals 4. So then do you remember what to do next, William? Anyone else remember? Yep, so we know the vertex has to be on this line. So we're going to say, well, when x is 4, what is y? Well, we can find what y is if we use this equation. So y is 2 times x, but x is 4. 4 minus 5 times x is 4, minus 3, and then we simplify. So 2, we've got that 2. And then 4 minus 5 is negative 1. 4 minus 3 is also negative 1. So 2 times negative 1, perfect, negative 2. And then negative 2 times negative 1 is we're back to a positive because we have 2 negatives. So now we're at 2. 4 minus, oh, good catch, thank you. It's positive. Thank you. So 2 times negative 2 is 2 times negative 1 is negative 2, times negative 2 times positive 1 is negative 2. So we're back to negative 2. So when x is 4, y is negative 2. So we go down 4, negative 2. There's our vertex. And we can draw in our parabola. And then we're done. So this is what the test is going to be like. We're going to have different numbers here, but all you're going to have to do is graph the parabola. Okay, so we've done one of each type. Do you guys have any questions? Okay, we have about 50 minutes to work on this. So today's our review day. This is not, you don't have to turn this review in. It's not worth points. But it is good to do this. I'll make sure to get a key. I'll work on this key. Next time you come, we'll have a test. If you want to use a note card, I will hand out some note cards. You can use a note card. And then, I can't remember what I was going to tell you. Okay, I can't remember what I was going to tell you. Yes? The what one? Yes, yep. Oh, if you want to use today as a work day, that's fine.